Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I am Sakshi and we are going to discuss some of the most important news for today as on 14th October 2020. We are going to discuss daily current affairs as on 14th October. But before beginning, I would like to introduce to you with SSB Crack Exams. It is one of the best institution if you're preparing for defense examination like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, Territorial Army and other. You can visit our website for more details. There you'll find the entire package of courses, mock tests, quizzes and study materials. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Telegram for defense updates and notifications. You can also download a mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store. So let's start our session with the question of the day that I asked you in the last session. So the question was, what is Bharatmala Pariyojana? Okay, what is Bharatmala Pariyojana? So this is basically an umbrella project which comes under Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. It comes under Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. It is an umbrella project under this particular ministry. The focus of this particular Pariyojana is on optimizing the efficiency of road traffic movements across the country by bridging the critical infrastructure gaps. They are going to fill up the infrastructure gap, and that is how they are going to optimize the efficiency in the roads. Bharatmala, it looks to improve the connectivity, particularly on economic corridors, border areas and far-flung areas, and the aim is the quicker movement of cargo and boosting the export. This particular project, Bharatmala project, it is the second largest highway construction projects in the country since National Highway Development Program, and under which almost 50,000 kilometers or highway roads they were targeted across the country. So this is Bharatmala Pariyojana. Okay, this is all about this Pariyojana. Now let's start our day with the first major important news that we have today. It is the Tech for Tribals. It is an initiative by TriFed with the collaboration of Chhattisgarh MFP Federation and IIT Kanpur. So this is an initiative recently launched by TriFed, which comes under Ministry of Tribal Affairs in collaboration with Chhattisgarh MFP Federation and IIT Kanpur. And this is the Tech for Tribal initiative. The aim of this initiative is at the holistic development of tribal with the focus on entrepreneurship development, soft skill development, IT, business development through self-help groups operating through Van Dhan Vikas Kendras. And these are also an initiative of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Okay, so the word Tech for Tribals itself, it denotes that they want a holistic development of soft skill, IT, business, entrepreneurship development of these tribal people. So TriFed, it has tied up with reputed national institutions such as IIT Kanpur, Art of Living Bangalore, TIS Mumbai, KIS Bhubaneswar, Vivekananda Kendras, Tamil Nadu and Srijan Rajasthan. So TriFed has tied up with all these reputed institutions. So they will be conducting Van Dhan ESDP training program in the states of Chhattisgarh, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Odisha, Tamil Nadu and Rajasthan. So this is Tech for Tribal initiative recently launched. Now moving ahead, next update we have is about the Kamdhenu Deepavali Abhiyan. So this is started by Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog, and it is a nationwide campaign to celebrate Kamdhenu Deepavali Abhiyan this year on the occasion of Diwali festival. So RKA, which is Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog, it is promoting the extensive use of cow dung and Panchagavya through this. So as you know, the products during this Diwali festival, manufacturing of cow dung based diyas, candles, dhoop, idols of Lord Ganesha's or Lakshmi for this year's Diwali festival has already started. So this is in the support of the same. So let's talk about Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog. Okay, so what it is, it has been constituted for the conservation and protection and development of the cows and their progeny and for giving directions to the cattle development program. This is for the cattle development program, Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog. So Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog, it is a high powered permanent body which formulates policies and they provide directions to the implementation of the schemes which are related to the cattle. so as to give more emphasis on the livelihood generation. Okay. So why was the need of Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog? First of all, livestock economy, it sustains nearly 73 million households in rural India. Even though the country is the largest producer of milk, the average milk yield in India is only 50% of the world average, and the low productivity is largely due to the deterioration of genetic stock, poor nutrition and unscientific management. And that is why Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog and management of the cattle was needed. So this is about Kamdhenu Dipavali Abhiyan, which was started by Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog. Now moving ahead, next update we have is about the Prime Minister Modi is about to release the autobiography of Dr. Bala Saheb Vikhe Patil. Okay, so PM Modi has released autobiography of Dr. Bala Saheb Vikhe Patil, and he also renamed Pravra Rural Education Society as Loknath Dr. Bala Saheb Vikhe Patil Parvar Rural Education Society. So let's talk about Bala Saheb Vikhe Patil ji. He was a member of 14th Lok Sabha in India, and he was a 7-time MP, also former Union Minister of State Finance and also Union Cabinet Minister, Heavy Industries, Government of India. He held various portfolios in India in the Indian government, as you can see. Also, he was a prominent state leader. He was a prominent leader of Maharashtra, and he was the eldest son of Vittal Rao Vikhe Patil, and who started Asia's first cooperative sugar factory in Loni in Maharashtra. He also was awarded Padma Bhushan in the year 2010 for his outstanding work in the field of social work. His autobiography was titled as Deh Vishwakarni, which means dedicating one's life for a noble cause. So this is about the autobiography of Dr. Bala Saheb Vikhe Patil ji, and the name of the society was also changed after his name. Now moving ahead, next update we have about the Kerala, and Kerala, it became the first state in India to go digital, to become totally digital in the public education. Okay, so Kerala became the first ever state to go 100% to become the state with a digital education in the public space, in the public education. The state has made the public education completely digital, and these were implemented in the state as a part of Public Education Regeneration Mission. The Kerala achieved this milestone within 2 years of the launch of this particular initiative. It became the first state to go digital in the public space, in the public education. So the program in the state, it was implemented by KITE, which is known as Kerala Infrastructure and Technology for Education. Okay, this is the implementing agency of this particular mission, or you can say initiative. KITE has played major part in the continuous education for the students in the state during the lockdown since the March 2020. It has also played a very important role in the continuous education of the student during the pandemic as well. So which state has become the first state in India to go digital in the public education? So the answer for this will be Kerala. Kerala became the first ever state. Please do remember this. Now moving ahead, next update we have, it is about the important day. So 14th October, that is today, it is also observed as World Standards Day. World Standards Day. It is an international day which is celebrated internationally each year on 14th October. It is observed for paying tribute to the collaborative efforts of the thousands of experts worldwide who develop voluntary technical agreements that are published as international standards. So that is how it is celebrated, International Standards Day. It is observed on 14th October. Please remember, this is a very important day. Now I'll be telling you the current COVID-19 situation as per 13th October. So the total cases have reached to 71,75,880. Recovered cases are 62,72,295. Active cases are 8,38,729, and deaths have reached to 1,09,856. In this chart, you will see the people with comorbidities and elderly at the high risk, and this is the data which is the gender wise data you can see. Now it is time to revise this entire session with quiz. Try to answer these questions. So the first question in front of you is, which state has become the first state to go digital in public education? A. Madhya Pradesh, B. Delhi, C. Kerala, and D. Uttar Pradesh. So the correct answer for this is Kerala. It became the first state to become the digital, to go digital completely in the public education. Now the next question is, Dr. Balasaheb Vikhe Patil awarded Padma Bhushan in which year? A. 1990, B. 2010, C. 2000, and D. 2005. So the correct answer is 2010. In the year 2010, Dr. Balasaheb Vikhe Patil, he was awarded Padma Bhushan in the year 2010. Now the next question is, World Standards Day is observed on A. 2nd October, B. 9th October, C. 13th October, and D. 14th October. So World Standards Day, we just discussed, it is observed on today, that is on 14th October. Now it is time for question of the day. Try to answer this question in the comment section. So the question for you is, what is India Energy Modeling Forum? It is in the news since few days. Try to answer this question in the comment section. So the question for you is, I repeat, what is India Energy Modeling Forum? Okay, write it down in the comment section what it is. Otherwise, we'll discuss complete detailed answer about this in the next session. Till then, stay motivated, work hard. I'll see you in the next session. Jai Hind.